first panel, we're going to take a look at the macro level, at the global, what's happening in the broad brush stroke of things to our planet right now, and how women intersect with that agenda, and why there's such hope and such power that we can unlock, and that we can do that together. And I think we have two phenomenal speakers who are going to bring out what is the role of women. So to start with, Astrid, why women and why now? Why is this so juicy right now?
If policy leaders understand the logical arguments and the economic arguments for bringing this forward. So for instance, we know, I'm sure you all know the Catalyst studies. The first studies like this were done in Canada. They've now been replicated by many universities in the United States. Where you've got more women on boards, you have more profits. Now this is another closely guarded secret. I mean, if I had a software program that could increase your profits by 28%, wouldn't you be trying to buy my software system? Well, I've got something that's even better. Not only do your profits increase and your return on investment increases, your governance structures improve, and the quality. Do we all agree we could use some improvement in the governance of our corporate structures in North America? Well, the data is there. It's hard and clear. The more women on the board, the better the governance structures. The more women on board, the higher the profits.
So let me guess, you don't agree with the thrown out there that there aren't enough qualified women for the boards?
Absolutely not. I'm sure many of you are involved. There are organizations across this entire country. You know what the minister from New Zealand told us when we were at the APEC summit with Hillary Clinton? She carries in her back pocket a list of 1,500 qualified New Zealand women who could go on boards. Whenever she hears it from a company, she puts it there in front. And she's not only the Minister for Women's Affairs, she's the Minister for Energy. And so all those energy companies are coming here, and she says, oh yeah? So that's what I mean. You're short of quotas. If you can convince your political leaders, they too can whip out the list, and then the argument is dead. I mean, it's right there. So I think, I think our challenge is, how do we lobby enough people so that in the psyche of our leaders and in our nation, people begin to understand that it makes economic sense. Don't do this for equality. Don't do this because we're cute. Do this because it makes a difference in the bottom line. We too want our communities to prosper. We want our children to have jobs. We want everybody's children to have jobs. You need us on those boards if you're going to bring this world to its next stage, and without us, I don't think you're going to be able to do it.
And to use a cliche, the time is now. I mean, we are in a scrape in the economy, and here we are sitting on this resource to be sprung forth.
I think the economy already is kicking in. We cannot afford, as women, on an individual level, as women in their individual lives, cannot afford to rely on the old, outdated model of the male breadwinner. This doesn't work. The relationships are not lasting. There is no security out there, no security system that will protect the women. This is the key message. We have to, this is the dowry of the young generation we have to provide them with. I think this is really important. There is no Mr. Right out there forever, maybe, so live with this. And then I would also like to remind you of your wonderful joke. I really love it. It came out of the American women's movement. Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Both are wonderful dancers, but she can do it in addition backwards and in high heels. This has to stop. We are not going to put in these extra hours, We really should strive for fair share. I think this is really important because we, instead of demanding the right support system, we are always giving this support to others, to the men, advance them, bring them up to this level where they shine, arise and shine, and leave us behind. And actually the whole talent pool, is going under. So we have to consider all of these mechanisms. And those, I think, for me, are the relevant future conversations we need to have. And I think these platforms, this platform in particular, Womenetics, is so precious that we can sit here and talk about this. Women leaders, aspiring women leaders, we get the data, we get the background, we get the connections. This is important. We have to place ourselves as strategists.